So I retook the O-levels last year and I scored A1 for both EMath and AMath. And after taking last year's paper in specific, these are 3 lessons that I learned from last year's paper that I wish all Sec 4, Sec 5 private candidate students this year who are taking the O-levels again in 2026 would know. Number 1 is that for EMath in specific, there's a lot more focus on statistics. Now, if you've done the TYS over the past 10 years, you realize that there's a trend recently in the recent year papers that actually target more on statistics. And we see that a higher percentage of the overall marks is being allocated to stats. So when do you actually learn stats in your whole secondary school journey? You learn it in Sec 1, Sec 2, and at the end of Sec 4, right? Sec 3 completely, you have no statistic chapters. So what that means is that actually a lot of your statistic concepts come from lower secondary because you learn in Sec 1, Sec 2, and then Sec 3 completely don't touch it. Then Sec 4, you learn it in just 1 or 2 chapters at actually. So for all EMath students, you need to be revising your stats and more specifically your lower secondary subjects earlier on, which brings me on to my second lesson is that overall in both EMath and AMath, there is a huge emphasis on algebra. Algebra is something that you cannot escape. And in AMath, especially if you're taking AMath as a student, AMath is pure math. It's not like EMath where it's a lot more context-based, real-life questions. It's really just pure math. And pure math means you need to have a higher proficiency in your algebra. That's why if you're an AMath student or even an AMath student struggling in algebra, you need to strip away the ego and start doing your Sec 1 practices again. Because Sec 1 and Sec 2 is where all of your intuition when it comes to algebra is being built. And that's why in Sec 1, Sec 2, we have so many algebra chapters back after back after back. Expansion and factorization of algebraic identities. You have your algebraic fractions. And then in Sec 1, you even learn how to just deal with real numbers, real negative numbers, right? All of the intuition needs to be built and you need to be super good at it if you really want to just score A, because algebra is easily 50 to 60% of your overall grade. So don't skip on that. Which brings me on to my last, which is there has been a trend in recent years whereby the questions are not as common or not as standard as the past few years. Now, if you took the O-levels during my time in my first time I took O-levels was in 2019. I would say that a good portion of the questions were very standard. And last year when I took the O-levels again, I finally saw how different the questions are. They are not your usual type of questions that Cambridge used to set in the past, which means that in order to prepare for O-levels this year, you need to be doing a lot more papers from other schools. Prelim papers in specific. Because prelim papers is where all the real questions will come out and you really stretch and test you to see whether you are able to apply the same few concepts that you learn within the syllabus in novel situations that you might not have encountered before. So overall, these are the 3 lessons, the key insights that I took from retaking the O-levels last year, and I scored A1 for both subjects as expected because I'm a really tutor at my math tuition center for A1 Academy. But the main reason why I did it was because I wanted to inspire my students and show them that it is possible for them to do so as well, as long as they follow the right system, which is the system that we have in place at our tuition center. So if you're still watching this, thanks for watching. And if you want more details about my classes and my math tuition center or information about my library of A1 Math Academy, which is my online archive of every single fundamental concept, and basically I teach you the whole syllabus within the portal itself, WhatsApp this number over here and I'll send you all the details over there.